Viewer, just think about this for a moment. If, God forbid, you found yourself in a bit of trouble and were at a police station, could you or your family make a call that would result in your local MLA dropping everything, getting out of bed and rushing to the police station to help you? Is that even conceivable in your scheme of things? I'm a journalist, I live in the public eye, and I am nowhere near having that kind of privilege. So I'm wondering why Pune MLA Sunil Tingre isn't in more trouble. In the hours following the now infamous Pune Porsche crash, Sunil Tingre rushed to the police station after allegedly being summoned by the father of the underage driver of the Porsche sports car. Right off the bat, Tingre put out a suspiciously defensive-sounding statement saying he was at the police station to ensure that no favors were done and that the police did its work. Except, viewer, you and I both know that this case has been defined on a daily basis, literally, by the number of favors that clearly appear to have been done for the Agarwal family. Now, MLA Sunil Tingre's attempts to distance himself from what went down that night at the police station are hanging by a thread now, thanks to the emergence of his direct links with the senior forensics doctor arrested a couple of days ago for fudging the teenager's blood report in order to mask alcohol content. This very doctor, Ajay Tawade, who already has a dubious past, with reported links to a series of medical controversies, had the muscle of Sunil Tingre in his corner. That's right, we've got proof. Just 5 months ago, Tingre wrote a letter to the Maharashtra Health Minister Hassan Mushrif recommending that the tainted Tawade be reinstated in his position at Sassoon Hospital. There was no way that Tingre did not know about Tawade's questionable past. And now the question becomes, is that the reason why Tingre wanted Tawade in such a medico-legal position of power so that he could be manipulated in cases like this one? Was Tingre the fulcrum on which the entire VVIP privilege of the Agarwal family played out since that night of the accident? India Today's reporters on the ground say that the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, to which Tingre belongs, have asked Sunil Tingre to go beyond his initial defense and clarify further, as the heat and evidence has become difficult to ignore both for the MLA as well as for the party and now for the Maharashtra government. I go a step further, as I always have done, and wonder if the glare of scrutiny in this case should go beyond just the MLA himself to also look at the conduct of Maharashtra's health minister, Hassan Mushrif, and his own bosses in government, and whether the Agarwal family's links to the erstwhile undivided NCP reveal patronage and linkages to the Pawar family as well. Is that possible? The sequence of events over the last 11 days surely merit an investigation into all of these aspects I've just named. The impunity of the VVIP privilege that played out stinks strongly of legacy relationships and a rotten nexus of wealthy families, politicians, parties, and government. These relationships, you and I both know, viewer, don't happen overnight, and they're always lubricated by years of big monetary transactions. The indications are strong, but it is only an unsparing, unbiased, independent investigation that will reveal just how true any of these implications are. Well, speaking of impunity and family power, the latest chapter in this numbing saga has been the alleged involvement of the mother of the teenager, Shivani Agarwal. The police are on the lookout for her after it has been revealed that she allegedly got her blood sample submitted for forensic purposes instead of her underage son's, in order to apparently mask the alcohol content. This is still under investigation. Tellingly, however, she is no longer in Pune, and the police is now officially looking for her. Now, I'm not beyond seeing this as a mother willing to do anything to save her child from trouble, but is that really how one should regard a story where two families have been shattered thanks to the actions of virtually every member of this privileged Pune family? I cannot sit here in judgment. That's for the courts and the police. But there are three mothers in this story, viewer. Let us never forget. Two of them, as you can see, are shattered. Their lives will never be the same again. They will never have peace. They will forever be haunted by the loss of their children, Anish and Ashwini. And then there's Shivani Agarwal, who is suspected to have used her family's power and influence just to save her underage and very much alive son from some legal trouble. I cannot lecture a family on remorse, but it must seem clear to the Agarwals that this story has captured the national imagination because they and their powerful friends across departments have provided India with a rare cross-section view of the rot that still infects every part of India's criminal justice system. Whether it is the police, whether it is the politicians, whether it is forensics, whether it is the bureaucracy, whether it is the Juvenile Justice Board, whether it is everything in between. It is for this reason that people are refusing to look away and feel invested in justice being done. But even now, I can tell you, viewer, after 11 days, after all these favors, the true power of the forces at play mean that justice is still not a certainty. And that is the tragic truth.
The cries of these mothers still haunt. They have lost the young children, Ashwini and Anish. Both young IT professionals were crushed by speeding Porsche being driven by a drunk minor in Pune.
इसे सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई की जाए क्योंकि वो बच्चा नहीं है, एक मतलब ड्रिंक करके इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी चलाता है, वो कोई नाबालिग नहीं है, सब चीजें वो बालिग जैसा कर रहा है, तो उसे सजा भी अच्छी होनी चाहिए ताकि दूसरे को वो संदेश मिले कि ऐसा कुछ होना नहीं चाहिए।
केवल पैसे के बल पे ये अपने बच्चे को 15 घंटे में छुड़वा लिए। ऐसे मेरे बच्चे को ला सकते हैं क्या? वो ले आए मेरे बच्चे को वापस, ला सकते हैं। 15 घंटे नहीं, मैं उनको 30 घंटे देती हूँ, ला सकते हैं। अपने बच्चे को छुड़वा लिए।
As two mothers await justice, another mother tried to subvert it. This is Shivani Agarwal, the mother of Pune's Porsche Parivar. And it has now emerged that it was Shivani that gave her blood sample for her son's alcohol test. The blood sample of her drunk son, the minor driver of the Porsche, was swapped with the mother. Shivani Agarwal also paid 3 lakh rupees to the doctors at Pune's Sassoon Hospital to swap the blood samples. Shivani is now on the run. She is reportedly hiding in Chandigarh. This is the latest in the unraveling of this family.
Please, I request Police Commissioner to please protect him. Please protect him. Please.
Vishal Agarwal, the minor's father, who forced the driver to take the blame and bribed the doctors to swap his son's blood reports, is currently in custody. S.K. Agarwal, the grandfather, who allegedly threatened and kidnapped the driver and also had links to underworld don Dawood Ibrahim, is also under arrest. It is now clear that this influential builder family did all it could to buy their child's release. What about the price of the 2 lives lost? With Divyesh Singh in Pune, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the reason why there is such a big glare right now on NCP Ajit Pawar MLA Sunil Tingre of Pune is for the following reasons. He is under the glare for apparently shielding accused Dr. Ajay Tawade. Remember, one of the Sassoon Hospital forensic doctors who's now under arrest by the police for fudging the medico-legal report on the underage teenage driver, obviously under influence or monetary compensation. Dr. Tawade has previously been named. This is not his first alleged crime. Previously, he's been named in in a malpractice case, in a kidney transplant case. He's been named in an illicit drug case in the past as well. And yet, just 5 months ago in December last year, this man, this doctor, this tainted doctor, was recommended for reinstatement in his medical legal position by none other than the NCP Ajit Pawar faction MLA Sunil Tingre that we are talking about. He was reinstated as the superintendent of the Sassoon Hospital after that letter was written by that MLA to Health Minister Hassan Mushrif. Now, the tainted Dr. Ajay Tawade was also made the forensics department head of department. And all of this is coming via the testimony of the dean of the Sassoon Hospital, who has now been sent on compulsory leave. Now, this shocking political nexus is something that this entire case stank off right off the bat, but MLA Sunil Tingre had come forward and put up a defense saying that he had actually gone to the police station that night of the accident in order to make sure that there was no privilege and no bias and the police was allowed to do its job. But is that really the truth? Is anyone buying that version of events? And why is the glare still so strongly on this man, MLA Sunil Tingre? Take a look. Sensational revelations in the Pune Porsche accident that killed 2 software engineers. The probe has unveiled the murky nexus between politicians and the family of the accused underage driver of the Porsche. At the center of this nexus now is Pune MLA Sunil Tingre from the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP, whose actions are now under intense scrutiny. According to the Dean of Pune's Sassoon Hospital, Vinayak Kale, Dr Ajay Tawade, arrested for tampering with the suspect's blood samples, was reinstated last year with the backing of MLA Tingre. Despite a history marred by involvement in illegal kidney transplants and drug-related offences, Dr Tawade was appointed head of the Forensic Medical Department, allegedly at the behest of Maharashtra Medical Education Minister Hassan Mushrif and MLA Sunil Tingre. After the damning revelations, Dr Tawade was placed on compulsory leave by the Maharashtra government.
2 डॉक्टरों को तावरे और होर्नोर उनको अभी सस्पेंड किया गया है. जो डीन है उनको हम कंपल्सरी लीव पर भेजा है और जो वो कार्ड पार्टी करके जो मुझे मालूम नहीं नाम उससे निलंबित किया गया है.
The police are actively investigating allegations that MLA Tingre contacted Dr Tawade to alter the medical test to protect the teenager. Officers are examining Dr Tawade's communication records, including WhatsApp and FaceTime calls, to uncover any evidence of coercion or manipulation. The Juvenile Justice Board's decision to grant bail to the accused with soft conditions is also under the lens. When confronted by India Today, Juvenile Justice Board non-judicial member L.N. Dhanwade, who granted the bail with the incredible condition of a 300-word essay, evaded our questions.
सर आपने एक जजमेंट दिया था, कुछ कहेंगे सर? प्लीज सर 2 मिनट बात कर लीजिए. सर कुछ कहना है आपको सर? तो यही है एलन धनौड़े जिन्होंने उस जुवेनाइल केस में एक जजमेंट दिया था. सर कुछ कहेंगे सर? तो आप देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से बचने की कोशिश एलन धनवड़े जो है वो कर रहे हैं. किसी भी सवाल का जवाब नहीं दे रहे हैं और मीडिया से बच के भागने की कोशिश उनके द्वारा की जा रही है.
The Maharashtra government has set up a special investigation team to probe the board members' conduct. The police are also planning a digital reconstruction of the accident scene using advanced AI tools to piece together the exact sequence of events and unearth any evidence. With Divyesh Singh and Dipesh Tripathi in Pune, Bureau Report, India Today. And Divyesh Singh, who's been at the forefront of reporting every aspect of this story, is live with me from Pune. Divyesh, my first question to you is going to be about Shivani Agarwal, the mother. The story you broke late last night has taken this story in another dimension. The mother about whom nobody has been talking about so far. A video had come out of her, a few days ago, which most people ignored. But now she has become central to the case because apparently she stands accused of giving her blood in order to save her son, and now she may be on the run and the police is looking for her. Divyesh.
Well, Shiv, Shivani Agarwal is now on the run and she may be booked for destruction of evidence, forgery and sections of criminal conspiracy by the Pune crime branch. In the same case, Vishal Agarwal, her husband, has also been booked two doctors, Dr. Tawade, Dr. Harnul, both have been booked. One Pune has been arrested. And Shivani Agarwal's role just came to light when the DMER team did their inquiry, and they found that Dr. Harnul had taken blood samples of 3 persons to swap it with the juvenile accused blood. It was one woman and two senior citizens. The blood that was used, or the sample which was sent, was of a woman. Just now, a while back, while producing Dr. Tawade and Dr. Harnul in court for seeking further custody, police have informed the court that the blood sample used was of a woman and not of the juvenile accused.
Right.
So that was Shivani Agarwal. Her role is direct in this case for criminal conspiracy, for destruction of evidence, and for forgery. Now, police are trying to find out the real sample. Where was the real sample? Because the real sample, as per them, was handed over to some other person.
Right.
Police are trying to trace that person, get in touch with him, and also have formed multiple teams to trace and arrest Shivani Agarwal.
Okay, so the arrest of the mother of the underage driver, Shivani Agarwal, could be in the offing very soon. We will keep a close track of both this and the other angles that we've reported just now. Divesh, keep tracking that story. I will keep coming back to you. Thanks for joining me for the moment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has just landed in Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu to begin a 2-day visit where he will be bringing the curtains down on his campaign for 2024 with a day-long tapasya or meditation on the famed Vivekananda Rock. Those are images of the Prime Minister in his helicopter landing just a few minutes ago at a helipad, a special helipad in Kanyakumari. On the right side of your screen, of course, is the famous Vivekananda Rock, which lies just a couple of kilometers off the coast of Kanyakumari, the southern tip of the Indian peninsula in Tamil Nadu. Remember, the Prime Minister had called an end to the 2019 campaign by visiting Kedarnath. You remember those images of him in the famed caves of Kedarnath. This time, the ritual will be at the Vivekananda Rock. The Prime Minister, who definitely sees himself in the image of a devotee and a karma yogi, will be on the Vivekananda Rock where he will pay obeisance. He will also be sitting in meditation for a whole day between 1:30 p.m. tomorrow and 1:30 p.m. the day after. That is Saturday, phase 7 of the polling. The visit has already drummed up a great deal of political heat, with India alliance members raising the temperatures, taking complaints to the Election Commission over how this can be permitted, since it, in their view, is basically campaigning before the final phase of elections in which the Prime Minister himself is a candidate from Varanasi. Pramod Madhav just sent us a report from the site, the first journalist to get access to the site where the Prime Minister will be in a short while from now. Just take a look at this and then we'll come right back to live pictures.
And the Prime Minister's helicopters are on the way there. You could see that is the place next to Tiruvallur statue, and seeing one after the other, the helicopters are landing. This is where the Prime Minister has come from, Trivandrum in Kerala, and he's coming over here. He has started this journey where he will go to Vivekananda Rock Mandapam, where he will conduct his dhyana, and for that he has reached Kanyakumari at present. And there you see the actual the helicopters landing one after the other at Kanyakumari. This is one of the helipads which is next to the Kerala House, and where the Prime Minister will stay inside the place as well. So it must be almost 300 meters from the Rock Mandapam. The helicopters have landed, and from here the Prime Minister will initiate his almost 1-day full journey, where he will go to the Vivekananda Rock Mandapam over there that you see on the right side on the seashore next to the Tiruvallur statue, and he will conduct his dhyana, post which he will once again leave for the nation's capital. So this the journey where the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Kanyakumari. Ms. Divyan, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
And Akshita is also on site there in Kanyakumari, standing, from a place where she began her Election Express coverage a few weeks ago. Akshita, you're back, from Kashi. You're back in Kanyakumari now, where the Prime Minister has just landed. Take us right through what today is going to look like. He's landed just before sunset. What does Modi's itinerary in Kanyakumari today look like, Akshita?
Vanakkam, Shiv. My election coverage has come a full circle because I'm back here in beautiful Kanyakumari to see the Prime Minister's visit right there. We'll just walk through and show you the images right now that are coming in. There's huge security, of course, all around us. The Tamil Nadu police have been very diligent for the last 24 hours, ensuring that they've barricaded this entire area. Right there is where the Prime Minister's chopper has landed. He's expected to come out at any moment now. From here, Shiv, just about a few meters away is the Bhagavati Amman Kovil, the temple, the most famous temple here in Kanyakumari. So the Prime Minister will be visiting that particular temple and then making his way to the Vivekananda Kendra, which means he's going to be going to the Rock Memorial today. That's expected by about 6:37 that he will make his way to that particular site. Now, the Prime Minister isn't really going to, be holding a road show or anything of that sort, but because he's come and there's a huge, of course, inflow of tourists also into Kanyakumari. All of them have gathered now to see the Prime Minister. Let's cut across to those images as well and show you the crowds that have gathered in that particular corner, hoping to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Modi when he makes it here. They're counting themselves as the lucky ones who've planned their trip at the same time as Prime Minister Modi to Kanyakumari. It's come with its setbacks in the sense that you've got massive security arrangements here, nobody being allowed beyond this cordon, which is where the beach view is, which is where the temple is, which is where also the ferry is that goes to the Tiruvalluvar statue and the Vivekananda Rock Memorial. But this particular visit is something everyone's watching out for, Shiv. In the last 24 hours, while I've been tracking all of the security arrangements, the steps being taken to prepare for the Prime Minister's visit, I can also tell you that Kanyakumari never looked more beautiful than it does now because of the monsoon setting in. The weather's absolutely perfect there at the Tiruvalluvar statue and the Vivekananda Rock Memorial. When the Prime Minister goes, it's going to be absolutely perfect for his 24-hour dhyanam that he is planning there at the Mandapam.
Very, very nice. So the first stop will be at the famous Bhagavati Amman temple there in Kanyakumari, after which at about 7 p.m, as Akshita just said, the Prime Minister will be making his way to the Vivekananda Rock. Pramod, who sent us an absolutely fabulous ground report of what the Vivekananda Rock actually looks like, what it looks like on the inside. Most people have never even visited that place, and certainly many haven't even heard about it. Pramod, tell us about what the Prime Minister is going to be doing at the Vivekananda Rock. Akshita touched upon it. First of all, will the Prime Minister be going there by boat or by helicopter? How will he be getting there, and what happens once he gets there?
Well, Shiv, you were completely right about the Vivekananda Rock Memorial being fabulous. It's absolutely marvelous. And behind us, even though nobody's going to get such an access, we've come to a point where you can still see the Rock Memorial and Tiruvalluvar standing next to each other. You have Coast Guard ships on the complete perimeter, completely surrounded. This is a bird's eye view that we are showing to you, and it was very difficult to get this view as well. So, that particular Rock Memorial, there is no possibility for a helicopter to land because we don't have an exact place for such kind of helipad over there, but it's just 300 meters away. The Prime Minister has landed. From here, he will go to the jetty through his convoy, which is also ready, which was ready almost 11 a.m. itself, and from there he will take this boat and he will go to the Rock Memorial. We've been told that there are two places where he's going to do the dhyanam. The one place that is below, that is constructed in the Tamil temple style, which is called the Dhyana Mandapam, and over there, the orange rock that you see, that is called as the Sabha Mandapam, where Vivekananda's statue is also there. It is being said that even before this memorial was built, Vivekananda was there and he conducted his meditation over there. So symbolically, that's a very important spot, and statues over there. So the Prime Minister is going to be there and he's going to conduct his meditation on both the mandapams, is what we've been told. But I would like to also show you the seashore. Here is a view of the particular seashore that is surrounding the Rock Mandapam, and you could see the waves. The place is completely pleasant. You can actually meditate anywhere over over here, Shiv. That is how it's been. And this entire area is cordoned. We have the Coast Guard, we have the Marine Police. Trolleys, fishermen trolleys are being also used by the Marine Police. Nearly 100 Marine Police alone have been deployed for his security. And this entire area is a fort right now, Shiv.
Wonderful pictures, and the weather is looking really good as well. Let's go straight back to Akshita for a moment. Pramod, stay with me. The Prime Minister's cavalcade is about to arrive at the Bhagavati Amman temple where Akshita is right now. Akshita, lots of temple visits through this entire campaign. The Prime Minister making his first stop at the temple itself, and a huge amount of symbolism that cannot be ignored, Akshita. If there's one state that has defined what Prime Minister's flavor of this election has been, it is most definitely Tamil Nadu. So no surprises that he's ending the campaign there.
You know, there were a lot of questions that came to me, Shiv, when the announcement first came that the Prime Minister is going to be in Kanyakumari about the political significance, the symbolism. Everyone's like, Tamil Nadu has finished voting. Why is the Prime Minister going there? Well, I'll tell you quite clearly, and the messaging is clear here, that the Prime Minister loves this state. He's spoken about it repeatedly, but how much he loves Tamil culture, about Tamil tradition. He's spoken about how much he's inspired by the likes of Thiruvalluvar, the famed poet, whose statue also happens to be here in Kanyakumari. And then, of course, his admiration for Swami Vivekananda, which he's spoken about repeatedly. Even I remember during his election campaign, before the first phase, when he was making his way through Kanyakumari, he posted that picture of the Vivekananda Rock and of the Thiruvalluvar statue and said, I caught a glimpse of this beautiful site. So he's always kind of hinted that, you know, he's loved Kanyakumari. He's always kind of hinted that that location for him, the Thiruvalluvar statue and the Vivekananda Rock, holds a certain amount of significance and symbolism for him. So I think this has nothing to do really with politics or whether it's linked to the elections as far as Tamil Nadu goes or not. This is the Prime Minister coming to a spot which he believes holds great importance to him. It's a place also that he hugely reveres. There are pictures doing the rounds, you know, from the 90s, Shiv, when the Rath Yatra had started off from Kanyakumari, of Narendra Modi here at the Vivekananda statue, where now, in 24 hours from now, he's going to be performing a dhyanam, performing a meditation. So it's essentially him coming back for penance, for a time to himself as spiritual retreat. You know, he's starting off with the Amman temple, which is also hugely significant. Kanyakumari, the name emerges from goddess Parvati. And if you look at the Vivekananda Rock Memorial, it's said that that is where goddess Parvati actually did her tapasya for Lord Shiva. And that's the point he's chosen as well. Let's cut across to the images right now that I'll show you. This is the ground where the Prime Minister's chopper has landed, Shiv. You can see the security personnel who've just stepped out. Any moment now, the Prime Minister's convoy is expected to make its way out, go to the Bhagavati Amman temple, which I was telling you about, Shiv. This is goddess Parvati who is worshipped in this temple, and in olden times it was said that anyone who went for a sannyas would first visit this temple. So you see how crucial really the messaging is that the Prime Minister is choosing to go to this temple and then make his way to the Rock Memorial and then go ahead and start off his 24-hour meditation. This is, you know, as the security officials have been telling us, a very personal visit of the Prime Minister, which is why you're not going to see any road shows, any rallies, none of that. Very privately, he's going to make his way to the temple, and then on a boat, he'll be making his way to the Thiruvalluvar statue and the Rock Memorial. They're very close to each other. They're two separate pieces of land, very, very close to each other. Absolutely beautiful sight. Any time of the day you look at, Shiv. And then, of course, there's a beautiful sunrise and sunset to enjoy, which the Prime Minister will get to see starting today.
So it's at least some good weather that the Prime Minister has landed in. I don't know if that would have been on his mind, but he is going to be, you know, meditating for a whole day, 1:30 p.m. tomorrow to 1:30 p.m. on Saturday. Pramod, you know, obviously the SPG would have, you know, thrown a cordon of protection around the rock at the moment. He's, after all, the Prime Minister. Okay, Pramod's just sent us a ground report. I'll come to you live in a moment, Pramod. Let's just listen to the report you just sent.
And so we are in Kanyakumari atop a boat, and we are glad to show you one of the greatest monuments of India called as Vivekananda Mandapam. There you see, that is the mandapam on a rock that is supposed to be on the southern tip of the Indian nation. This is a mandapam of extreme value because it actually portrays the unity of India, and it is a mandapam where Swami Vivekananda earlier had come over, did his tapas, meditation, and he envisioned a larger India, and this is where the Prime Minister is also expected to conduct his meditation. That is why security has been beefed up. Let's just go inside and see what is the significance of this mandapam and how the Prime Minister and all the security measures have been taken for him to conduct his meditation over here. And in the serene shore, you see the Dhyana Mandapa, which is to our left side. This is a part, the other part of the rock memorial for Swami Vivekananda, and this entire structure, if you could see, there are two colors of stones are also there. It is believed that one type of construction actually resembles the Tamil style of construction that it's very evident with the lion symbol and all those in those windows and such. But the top end, that's kind of like a West Bengal style of construction of temple is see over here. That's all the reason the colors also being said that the stone colors are also entirely different. There is a statue of Swami Vivekananda inside the Sabha Mandapa, and this is the Dhyana Mandapa from where the people are exiting. We also have police force that has been placed over here. We've been informed that Prime Minister Modi will conduct half of his meditation in the Sabha Mandapa and the rest of the half inside the Dhyana Mandapa. Right now we're standing in front of the Sabha Mandapam. This is one of the important monuments, but let me also show you the other two important monuments over there. That is the Thiruvalluvar statue, 1,330 feet in length, and this Thiruvalluvar is actually looking at Tamil Nadu. This is the way it has been constructed. And then you have the Pada Mandapam, where you have the footprint of goddess Kanyakumari, upon whom the name of the district is also there. And then you have the Sabha Mandapam. It is believed that Vivekananda Swami, when he came over here, he conducted his dhyana in this spot, and that's the reason you have a statue over there. This particular Vivekananda memorial alone has three mandapas: the Dhyana Mandapa, which is underneath, the Sabha Mandapa that you see over here, and also the Mukha Mandapa. This is a very important aspect because people come over here. This place, even though how hot it is, this entire hall is extremely cold and it's extremely pleasant, and this is where the Vivekananda went ahead and conducted his dhyana on top of this particular rock, and here he envisaged the vision of a larger India. Here behind us you could see all the security measures that are being tightened up at this spot. Those are the speed boats, water scooters of the Marine Police who have started doing their patrol at this area. And behind us you could see the policemen, the number of policemen has also been increased over here. Dog squads and all other important measures have also taken. These are it looks like it will continue over here, and the number of tourists that are being brought to this spot also is being slowly reduced. We've been told that by around 4 p.m. SPG will reach the spot, and until the Prime Minister is going to be here, this area will be completely cordoned. And of this, half the location, in this area, it has been scheduled that the Sabha Mandapa, that is the top end of Vivekananda Mandapam, is one place where the Prime Minister will conduct half his dhyana, and the next one at the Dhyana Mandapam. So all security personnel have already reached the spot, and more are coming over here to make this place secure for the Prime Minister to conduct his meditation. Divyan, Pramod Madhav for India Today.